Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to this week's film session. Um, so recently, I've been watching a lot of basketball. In the NBA, there's the in-season tournament, and in general, I'm a pretty big basketball fan, and I grew up playing a lot of basketball. And it sort of reminded me of one thing that I was trying out in the past season or two. Kind of going back to my childhood days of learning basketball and going to basketball camps. And one of the first things that they teach you in basketball is the triple threat position. The triple threat position, which is basically when you have the ball in your hands, but sort of on the side of your dominant dribbling hand by your hip. And the idea of it is from that position, you can either pass the ball, bounce pass, shoot the ball, rise up and shoot the ball, or dribble the ball from that position, which is the triple threat position. You can dribble, shoot, or pass from that position. And I think it was last year or the year before, I was thinking, I was like, oh, I wonder if, there can be something in Ultimate, which is like the triple threat position. Basically, like, is there an ideal place to kind of hold the disc while you're stationary, looking to throw? And it's not something that I had heard of anyone else sort of talk about before, but it is something I noticed Ryan Osgar especially do to sort of optimize his throwing and break throws capabilities. And so that's something I kind of wanted to go over. It's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple concept, but it's something that I see a lot of players when they catch the disc, they hold the disc kind of right in front of them and are sort of flat-footed, waiting, or they're sort of throwing fakes to try to move the mark around. Um, but something that Ryan does really well that I try to steal, and we'll have a couple examples here that I'll show you, is he doesn't hold the disc right in front of him, and he's also not completely square towards, like downfield. And what he does is what you can see right here, which is he kind of holds the disc over similar to the basketball triple threat position, which is it's a little bit more on his dominant side, and you can see he's opening up his hips a little bit um, to the flick side. And what this does is it sort of forces the mark to have to adjust and move a little bit. And what it also does is it puts Ryan in a really good position to either have the flick, which is a really quick break throw, where if he goes from the position he's in right now, as you can see, and throws a flick, that can be done in a really quick release. But the other thing it does is it sort of puts the weight on his right foot right here. As you can see, he has a little bit more of his weight right here, and that allows him to also use that weight to transfer over to a backhand really quickly. And the last thing that this does, I think, in this position is it sets you up for that shimmy flick that we went over a few weeks ago, where if you have that weight on your right foot, you can sort of shimmy over and show a backhand and that sell that move a little bit more for the mark to jump on it. Because again, if you have it in your flick throwing position right here, the mark is going to have to shift over slightly because you have it already over there, and that's such a quick release. They're going to have to, as you can see right here, the mark is shading over to the flick side because Ryan's showing it, which is leaving a really big backhand window right here. So either you can take that window right there, or you can sort of shimmy, and that mark knows that it has to really jump over to take that throw away. And then maybe they jump too much and you have that around flick, or if you shimmy for the inside flick as well. So hopefully that made a little bit of sense, and I'll try to play these videos a few times so you can get the sense of it and kind of talk through it. But yeah, that's something that I was trying, especially after seeing Ryan do it so successfully. Whenever I catch the disc, I try to kind of shade over to my flick side a little bit more to make the mark have to respect a certain throw a bit more to open up everything else. So right here you can see, and even right there, he sort of shows the flick. He even goes a little bit more right there. We'll go back. He does a little bit of a flick fake right here, where he kind of again puts that weight all on the right foot right there, and sort of shows the disc to the flick side before really exploding over and hitting this inside backhand window right there. And I think again, instead of being in a neutral position where he's flat-footed, you can see he really puts that weight in that back foot and is able to transfer over and be a little bit more dynamic with his footwork there. For the next example, we'll go here. It's a quick replay, so it's only this short clip. But again, you can see me. I have it right outside the end zone right here, and again, I'm holding the disc over a little bit on the flick sideline. are on the flick side. And again, my mark, they're marked flick, but because I'm sort of showing with the flick side, they're almost playing a little bit more straight up. And I have this big around window here to fit the, to throw a backhand over to this side. And again, because I have my weight loaded on my right side right here where the disc is, you'll see, I'll play it in slow motion. Let's slow it down a little bit. 0.25 speed. But because I'm going to sort of explode off this foot right here and I have the disc over on this side, the mark just has to shift over a few inches, and that's sort of all I need to sort of plant that weight and shift it over to my backhand side to sort of make that around throw. There we go, and around. I just have just enough of a window, and I even fall down a little bit there to complete the throw. But you can see I start out with the disc on that side. The mark has to shift over a little bit. And then I throw that around throw because I have that, that quick release because of my footwork, and I have that window that the mark allowed for. And then we'll go to this last example here. Again, immediately you see Ryan's sitting stationary, and again, he's his face a little bit open. Instead of facing straight this way, he's angled a little bit more to the break side. Again, he's sort of seeing this inside break flick window. And again, all these examples are sort of using this to set up a backhand. But again, if the mark doesn't shade over and you already have the disc on your flick side, all it takes is a little bit of an extension and throw into that space. That is a really quick release that you can take advantage of if the mark doesn't respect that. So in this example, we'll slow it down again. But you're going to see Ryan sort of step out for a little bit of a flick look, fake that, and have the mark jump, and then he's going to go over to the backhand side. But again, because he's sort of showing that flick throw already, he's getting it in the mark's mind of, okay, I have to take away that shown throw, whatever the thrower is showing. And again, because he has that weight on his right foot, he's able to shift over really quickly to the backhand and release it. So we'll show it right here. He's set up, and again, he's going to throw that flick, and the mark really has to jump around because it's such a quick release, and it opens up that around backhand. And again, the thing that I really want you to notice is where his body is faced and how he's set up throwing this. So it's not so much even that the disc is totally on the right side, but again, his body language, the way that he's facing. I think a lot of players stand with the disc right in front of their bodies and face straight towards this way. He's faced a little bit open, showing that flick throw. And then again, it's a quick release right there. The mark really overcommits, so Ryan pumps it and throws the around. And again, it's a very, very small thing, but it's something that I think can be a really big advantage once you kind of get the feel for it and get the rhythm of sort of showing that flick throw, noticing, doing whatever you have to do, rotating your body enough to where the mark is sort of shading over on that flick side, and then that'll open up your round windows a lot easier. So yeah, give this a try while you're practicing or in games, and let me know if you sort of see the results in it. And again, sort of the goal is to get the mark to sort of react to your sort of triple threat position, to shade over to the flick side, to open up some rounds, or if they don't shade, again, taking that quick flick release to hit your target. But yeah, that's this week's video. And yeah, the triple threat position, give it a try. All right, y'all.